Yeah, we're here, Andy.
We're here.
It's
present.
go time. I'm happy to have you here, bro.
I'm happy to finally be here.
First of all, we
Join
matched the energy. Andy pulled up with shades, and honestly, I don't think I could look any cooler
I don't think he can get more handsome right now.
than us two right now. I was handsome. I got a space rhino on my shirt.
He's not cold, people. I'm shivering. I'm fucking got the coffee jitters right now. I'm tripping right now.
You get the coffee jitters?
Coffee jitters as fuck.
I don't. I think I have a lot of energy, so like, I'm not really drinking it for energy. I like the way it tastes.
He also added mad like coffee creamer with the sugar and shit too.
So you think I get the coffee shivers? I think I might be different.
Are you like tolerant to it? You be having this every morning or no?
Honestly, I just started drinking coffee maybe a month ago.
Damn.
I'm just different.
I think you are different. Bro.
Energy wise, I'll say this: like, I know a lot of people feel like they're different, but like in the end, like relax. You know what I'm saying? You ever meet someone that's like, no, like I swear, it's like, no, you're not different. Like, enough. But I think like in terms of like energy drinks, or like even just how late I'm up at night for no reason or whatever, I think I am actually different.
Off of my experience being around you, we're at parties like the last couple of times I met you, and everybody has to reach your energy by taking like 15 shots or some dumb shit.
Something like that.
This man pulls up to the party with more energy than all these people who had fucking Jaeger bombs.
And I'm sober.
And he's sober, people.
I'm sober as it gets.
Wild.
It's nuts. That's the part that people don't really understand. You know, I'm really sober while all this is going on, and I enjoy it. I enjoy drunk people, though. People don't enjoy drunk people.
That is true. People who are sober have like that superiority complex when they're around drunk people or people who are high. That was me for a little bit, like in middle school and shit. Like, oh my god, these people are like drinking and shit. High school, like freshman year. But hey, we all turn to the dark side.
Yeah, we all grow. We all understand. And nowadays, I get it.
Yeah, he's just enlightened.
So. I'm enlightened. That's what people tell me. Like, people will say shit like that and try to gas me up. I'm like, maybe I'm just a pussy. Like, maybe I just don't want to try it. Maybe I'm just one of those dudes. I don't know. It's just what makes me different, I guess. But, everyone's got their things that makes them different, Andy. What makes you different?
Me, man?
Yeah.
I don't know. You said I'm there's a presence with Andy. You said
for sure. There is.
Andy is he's different. I don't know personally how I am different. I probably am just less of like a conformist, I'll say.
Okay.
We do not conform, people.
Why conform? That's boring.
It's boring.
Everyone does that.
Be an individual, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's very obvious. And it's not even like that you're like crazy, like if what's his name? Like, and I got like Andre 2000. Were to walk into a room, everyone would be like, okay, he's different than everybody else.
This man is like, out of the simulation.
Yeah. It's not like that. It's just like that. Yeah, exactly what you said. You're not a conformist. Like, you are at least your own person. Like, you might still have some like the mainstream things that you like music and style, whatever. But in the end, like, you're very level-headed. You're just chilling. You're always very like calm. I think that you know who Andrew Avila is?
Nah.
You know Andrew is a different Andy, I guess. He's very similar. He's just very like he also goes to the school. He's just so mellow, bro.
I like that. We'd probably be friends.
You
just don't know who this kid is. So.
This kid is the friendliest, nicest person in the world. You would be tight with this kid for sure. But yeah, we met over the summer at a party, and I think in that first conversation, I was like, "You got to get on the podcast."
Yeah, and I said, "Bet." And so it's been like, I don't know, like 6-7 months or so.
Yeah, like literally 7 months. Yeah. Wow, that's nuts. It's been 7 months.
Spoken into existence, though.
We did, and now you're here. So you said yesterday I texted you, you were like,
"Oh,
yeah."
No. Okay, so I did say I was gonna come with some written questions and everything. Completely forgot. I woke up, just had breakfast, and pulled up. But I probably can think of things on the spot.
Yeah, I'm not
obviously like some level, like base level questions, but I know we can get into depth. Like,
yeah,
we already talked about it probably at one of the parties, like CLB over Donda.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Which one will it be? Well, I'm a Donda guy.
Of course.
Personally, you're a Donda guy?
I'm a Donda guy, bro.
You got the Donda cup basically right now. Mm-hmm. It's basically a Donda.
Black everything, dude.
I like Donda more. I think it will last longer. I think Certified Lover Boy. My problem with it You could have taken any of those songs and put it on any of his other albums, and it would be fine. Like, and no one would matter. It wouldn't matter. There's nothing unique about Certified Lover Boy whatsoever. There are good songs on it, though. Because Drake slaps. I'm sorry. Like, he just does. But Kanye and Donda's unique. There are some songs that, like, obviously, like every album that, like, or whatever. But the amount that he references his mother and, like, it's a different phase of him.
Also, by the way, like, we could talk about Donda, but when you talk about Donda Deluxe, too, like, CLB, like, I don't know. It's like...
Once the Deluxe came and that 3-stack verse came...
It was over with.
That one verse might be better than anything I've ever heard in my entire life.
Damn.
It's the most beautiful... Andre 3000's verse is the most beautiful thing. It's like poetry.
And I don't even mind the censorship throughout the whole verse with the beeps and everything. That's fine. It sounds pretty artistic the way they went around.
They did it on purpose. They did it on purpose. But they have a different version.
With the cursing.
Yeah, it's on Andre 3000's account. You have to go that way.
Wow.
And you can get it that way.
But on Spotify?
On Spotify.
I'm an Apple Music person, so.
So you didn't get your Spotify Wrapped, bro?
No. We do get Apple Replay. I think that's what it's called. It's the bargain brand version.
That sounds like when someone would say, like, you know, like Netflix and chill, who would say, like, Hulu and relax. That's what that sounds like. It's like, you know, it's both, like, they're both respected. It's just like, that ain't
one of them is just not the trademark.
Spotify
It's not the trademark shit.
They got that shit figured out.
They really do.
They got that figured out.
Spotify, I mean, I got my little brother who uses Spotify, and his music selection, obviously, he kind of gets it from me and my older brother, but he is, like, way exposed to more types of music. Because I feel like Spotify, their algorithm, when it comes to, like, making playlists for you and everything, is just top tier. They definitely got that shit on point.
For sure, because it's all music, you know? Apple is music, but in the end, it's so much more than that. Like, music is not even, like, in their top 5 things that they do.
Yeah, man.
Computers, phones, like, tablets. The App Store is more important to them because they can make more money off of it. Whatever they can make more money off is more important.
Like games now. They're
games
definitely
too.
Like, throwing a lot of money into their game section.
So there's only so much they can do musically. And Spotify, every one of their resources and everyone's mind is fully on music.
And it's, like, so user-friendly for people who are, like, producing, like, and making their own music.
Yeah, even my podcast, it was so easy to just throw it on there.
That's nuts.
Spotify was the first thing that, like, accepted the podcast. Like,
DOD-Cast on Spotify, everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll let your boy.
Hopefully they're already on it to hear it. But, like, I mean, maybe they're on the YouTube. So, yeah, go follow go follow the Spotify, too, while you're here. Or if you're already here and you're not subscribed, which is, like, 80% of the people, by the way. 80% of the watchers are not subscribed.
He has the stats, people.
I got the stats. I can't see who you are.
Data.
I can't see who you are because if I could, I'd fucking DM you because I know you guys. Just hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe, man. Smash that like button.
Why do they all say that? I mean, I know why they say it, but why is it always smash?
Smash.
Just fucking obliterate the like button.
Absolutely nuke that shit, bro.
Nuke the like button.
Spam that shit. Hop on the link tree, too. He's got it all figured out. It is so high quality here. We're in the stew, the lab. He's got the mic arms. He gave me coffee, people.
Yeah, he got
hospitality
coffee.
At its finest.
Yeah, that's what I take my most pride in, I think, my hospitality. Because when people come here, you know, not everyone's as cool as you, Andy. Not everyone can just sit down, take it in, and then go, you know? A lot of people get here, you know, and they're fucking...
The knee rocking.
You know, they're doing breathing exercises. They're a little nervous.
I'm doing some breathing exercises right now, too. Like... Honestly, practicing breathing is great.
You're the type to do that. I was just going to say, you're the type to practice. I'm just making sure my breathing and aura is good. Like
vibe check is right. That's why I always get, like, good vibe checks.
What color are my shades?
Yours are, like, a greener tint.
And yours like the blue tint?
The blue tint.
Blue tint.
Blue tint by Drake. That's a great song.
I was just going to say
segue
that.
Back into the Drake conversation.
Back into the Drake. Oh, yeah, boy. What did you think? I know I kind of stopped you talking.
I mean, obviously, Donda is better, and I'm a huge Kanye fan.
Me too.
But, like, on the Certified Lover Boy thing, I can't even lie. I didn't listen to the whole thing. It's hard to do that when you're in the mindset of, like, is this better than the other album? Because it's not.
It's sad.
And like I am kind of sort of Drake fan. I'm not the biggest Drake fan in comparison to like my older brother, who would like that's his boy. Like he's a stan type of shit. Six God.
How old's your brother?
He's 23.
Okay, so he's only like 2 years old. But hey, yeah, that 2 years, he was like 2011 when he popped off. 2010.
I mean, like honestly,
2 years means something.
Like shout out to my brother too, cause like he was putting me on to all the Drake's like good stuff. Like and we did grow up like
his older music. He's got a lot of stuff that kind of went under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and listened to it recently, and it's like good. Like, he put a little more of himself into it. I'm not gonna say effort. He put a little more of himself into it.
Because Drake himself is a lover boy, but the album is the opposite. It is him not giving a fuck about women, basically. Not really, in a sense. There are some songs where obviously he's spilling his heart out, but it's like I feel like it's a little more less of Drake and a little more corniness.
It's so corny, bro.
It's pretty corny. Like Daddy's Home, the beat hard, but like don't tell me Daddy's Home on the track and start like singing it to me. That's weird.
Don't do that to me, man. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to this. I can't listen to this right now. Mm-hmm. I get that. I liked honestly, here's how I know the albums or whatever. My favorite song was Yebba's Heartbreak, which he isn't on. So
exactly, bro.
I was like, this is maybe Knife Talk.
And I feel like that is a recurring theme in Drake albums. This man will throw a hot R&B singer on the track list, no feature on it, just them, and it'll be one of the hardest songs in the album. Wednesday Night Interlude with Party Next Door.
Yeah,
that shit was
Party
tough. Next
Door is awesome.
Or even like, he is on the track too, but what is the song with him and The Weeknd off Take Care? Crew Love.
Wow.
Tough song, and I'm pretty sure The Weeknd wrote a bunch of songs on that fucking album too.
Probably did. Mm-hmm. Young Abel, my boy Abel.
Young Abel, bro.
What's his name? Do you know Thor here at UMass Lowell? Do you know Thor?
Thor, the guy that plays rugby.
He might play rugby.
He looks like
I'm
Thor.
assuming if
he looks like
Chris
Hemsworth.
No, it's not that. No.
Okay,
his name is like Tejor, like Tehor or whatever. But I think he just goes by Thor.
No. You
haven't met Thor?
Mm-mm.
He's black, dude. By the way.
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe you should meet him.
He's not Nordic.
He's not Nordic. You were saying looking for the black parties.
That is facts.
Maybe that's the
guys.
Guy.
If you see me on this video and you got a function going on with people that look like me, let me know. I'm down to come. You can have a great time.
You see, if I have a function with people that look
anything,
like
bro. We can do wine tasting, bingo night. Yo, we gotta get on the map, bro.
Gotta get back out there with the people. Wow, I know, but I mean, yeah, wow, that's funny. Yeah, but he dressed up as the Weeknd. Thor did.
Does he look like him, or is it like
when he dressed up like him? Yes. When he dressed up like him, yes. I wouldn't say naturally he looks like him, because he just has different structure to his face and body entirely. But he definitely, when he put the bandage on his nose.
Oh, he's in the after hours.
Yeah, he did the after hours, and he had the glove. He went all in. He looked good. He looked slick. But yeah, it was just that's why I brought him up. But yeah, the Weeknd's good. I
appreciate a person who goes all in on Halloween for sure.
But
that's something
did you wear anything on Halloween?
Man, this Halloween is like I got a history with Halloween, bro.
What was?
I grew up in a Christian household, a Haitian Christian household, where Christianity is do or die, bro.
And good food.
And good food, the best food. How do you know this? How do you know we have good food?
Oh, I know you. We had a ton of Haitians in my high school.
Have you tried it yet?
I have tried it. I've tried some. I think it was like rice and beans, something like that? I don't even know what the fuck I had. Of course it was rice and beans, yeah. I had rice and beans with some chicken or whatever, and wow. It was like, because the thing is, it's an acquired taste for sure. Like, not acquired, but like, I'm not used to it.
The palate, it is strong flavors.
Very strong.
Strong flavors.
Seasoning is, I get it now. I get all the jokes now. Because I do just put salt. You know? I do just salt and pepper. You know? I'm not nuts. I'm not a crazy guy. But these, like the Haitian people, I've had rice beans with like the fucking, and like, you know, some meats. And I don't even know what the fuck they were, with amazing seasoning. And I didn't know how much that did for the meal.
It changes the game, honestly, what Haitians have done for the food. I mean, like, if you grow up Haitian, like, a majority of the time, like, there's gonna be a bunch of people in your family who are cooking up some of the best food
they
out
cook.
in your city, bro.
Like,
they be cooking. Like, Easter, Forget like Thanksgiving
Easter.
and fucking Christmas. Easter, bro. A Haitian house on Easter is Haitian church, mind you. They go in like
Haitian church.
A lot of platters of like.
So you're very. Are you like religious?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
So let me let me tell this story.
To the parents.
Grew up religious for sure. In the church like twice a week. I was there on Tuesdays
Twice a week.
for Bible study. Sundays for church and Bible study.
Wow.
So that's besides the fact. The fact is, if you're Haitian in the crib, their families do not celebrate Halloween. That is like.
Really?
It's associated with the devil. Like, I don't know the big details of it because, you know, if I'm trying to step out, my parents just be like, no, like, fucking Satan, all that stuff.
Satan. Well, you got the accent.
They're just throwing that shit all around. I'm like, I just want to get candy. I'm not trying to, like, fucking draw a fucking pentagram and start like, lighting candles and shit. That's what they think is going down on Halloween. I mean, granted, they don't want a kid walking around at night. Like, it is kind of dangerous. You don't do that shit in Haiti. Obviously, you won't do that shit in Haiti, walk around at night.
Yeah.
So, I get that, but it's America. I'm in, like, a different neighborhood, you know. It's definitely something that is not too acquired for my family specifically and a bunch of other Haitian families. I don't speak for every Haitian family. Y'all are pretty, you know, lenient out there, too. But growing up with my family, it was like, nah. It was a big no-no.
That's crazy. I'm not crazy like that your parents. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy that, like, you just never did Halloween.
Dude, my first Halloween was 8th grade, and my Halloween costume was a Boston Bruins hat I borrowed from my friend.
And you were like, I'm a Bruin.
I'm a Bruin. That's what I said.
I skate. And they were like, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm. They didn't even have to know, bro. Like, what is this fool doing, bro?
All right, so you're a paradox. Okay.
I'm a paradox. That was a better Halloween costume. This young man is a paradox.
This young man's a paradox.
I did get complimented by two older, good-looking women when we was out on that, like, candy run. And I felt like the man.
Quick side note.
Like the man.
Nothing better than an older, good-looking woman, by the way.
I prefer, like, respectable. Like, I don't want to use throw around the term MILF here.
Yeah, but
we can't be throwing that around these days.
can't be doing
we respect our older, good-looking women.
Yeah, we go by cougars now.
Cougars for sure.
Cougars now. Cougars. Well, there's a difference.
That they are pursuing prey. They're hunting.
You fucking get it, dude.
Come on, bro. We grew up on that shit. Like,
you understand like the wave.
That's cougars the word phasing out.
Cougars is? Mm-hmm. I guess I haven't heard it in a long time. So, yeah, probably is phasing out. Wow. That's a shame. Wow.
We're bringing that back, people.
We're bringing back cougars. Cougars need to come back.
No, forget the word. We need actual older women.
Maybe the word
out here. Like,
the word won't die if a cougar is sitting right here.
That is true.
If a self-proclaimed cougar like came on the show and talked about her cougardom, like, that would be fucking awesome.
You can hear all these stories about pimps, too. All these stories about OnlyFans girls, but cougars are in the shadows right now.
Yeah.
They're not coming out.
They're
proclaiming their freaking profession.
You know what I blame? COVID.
COVID, too. Damn.
I blame COVID.
That is true.
You know, honestly, how long have we... Not that long, but I'm just thinking, this is probably the longest I've gone into a podcast without bringing up COVID since.
Really?
Like, since the entire time.
So they always, off the bat, is COVID?
At some point, you know, someone talks about COVID.
I mean, I don't even want to, like, get too in-depth because I feel like I'll have the point of view that is skewed from other people when it comes to it. And that's something, like, I don't want to be the
now you've intrigued everybody by saying that.
It's not like that, people. I'm not no conspiracy theorist that they'll be throwing around that term and shit. But it's very, like, it's obviously a hot topic, but there's no room for middle ground.
Hey, you know me, bro. This is the first thing we, like, bonded over. We both.
Damn, that was.
Do you remember?
That's facts.
We were both like, there's middle ground, like in everything.
Yeah.
You just gotta find it, and people are lazy, so they just go to like the loud people on either sides.
They're listening to headlines, listening to hot takes on the news and shit.
Can't
like
do
by
that.
Personalities, you can't like get your own opinion if you strictly listen to tweets, which are 120 characters and headlines, and just hot topics from people who just get the bag.
Yeah. And not like, just COVID too,
not
like
just COVID.
Everything.
Yeah, there are journalists who be working their ass off and getting actual facts who don't get any like coverage, and that's nuts, bro.
Very good point.
That's why journalism's dying, and we work focused on like just hot topics and shit that's to the extremes.
Yeah, true journalism is a lost art at this point.
Lost art, bro. If you were a journalist major right now, I salute you. You doing your shit. Do your thing.
Hopefully you bring it back, bro. Because journalism is very important.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most important jobs.
We need people in the trenches right now.
I wanted to be a journalist for a little bit.
Honestly, I could see it.
I wrote a couple articles in my life, mostly basketball. But, I wrote a couple articles in my life. I'd be doing that. And I could definitely interview somebody. I basically do that anyway. So it's not that crazy. It wasn't a crazy leap. But, yeah, I just thought, in the end, I was like, yeah, but what's the future? That's what I was thinking. Like, I feel like I could always do that. Why does that feel like a job I don't need a degree for, but I totally do? I feel like I could just start journal, being
dude, all it takes really is a breakthrough story and with some great, marketing to that shit, honestly.
It's like, I just busted this case wide open.
Wide open, dog.
I'm like Sherlock Holmes in
Legit.
this bitch. Sherlock Holmes is cool. Are you into, the Marvel movies at all?
Right now, I'm in my relationship in Marvel is a little iffy because they were throwing around some very mids movies. Wow. Eternals, I didn't bother watching. You watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about it. I know it wasn't good.
Wow, you're just gonna completely say it wasn't good without watching?
I've heard it wasn't good.
Hey,
and off the rip, movie trailers are for you to understand. Will you like this movie? If you don't like the trailer, it's pretty the outcome to you liking the movie is very low.
Yeah, you won't like it. But it wasn't a bad idea at all. There were some really cool, interesting concepts in the movie, a lot of them. I thought more than any movie I'd ever seen in my life. There was a lot of interesting stuff that could have been explored. It was crazy how much stuff they introduced without exploring it.
Poor execution. What was it? Just bad tone.
You don't got the time.
Bad direction.
The movie was 2.5 hours, and they didn't have enough time. So what I was saying is, if that was a Disney Plus series, it would be the favorite.
Facts,
dude.
They have that platform for a reason, but they spend hundreds of millions of dollars for a movie that will get bad reviews.
I'm telling you, bro, because they had a lot of one of the characters is gay. And it's not weird at all. They don't make a big deal of it at all. And I like that.
Sorry to cut you off. That actor right there, I don't know his name. I'm a huge fan of him. Paperboy off Atlanta. That's where I know him from. Atlanta's
really?
One of my favorite
That's the guy?
That's
he's
the dude.
I don't know his name either. He was good. He's funny. He's really funny.
That's good to know.
In the movie, he's good. So he had his whole life that he had separate from the thing, and I think they could have literally done an entire if they did a 9-episode Disney Plus series, you could have explored all these characters, and you could have really got us to feel invested in some way, shape, or form in these characters.
I also heard they had their first intimate sex scene in a Marvel movie. Is that true?
Yeah.
Were they showing titties?
That was wild. Pretty much. Honestly, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, that's what happened.
Really?
That didn't even hit me. Wow.
Don't ask how I know this. I was watching reviews.
Yeah, the reviews. So you know kind of how it shakes out. But here's the thing, if I was to describe the movie to somebody, the ending really, I wouldn't be I don't want to spoil it for you. I wouldn't even say that because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
The movie was just
anticlimactic.
Which was weird.
Immortal.
That's the thing.
There's still consequences with anything that goes down.
I guess it was a little weird. I know for a fact if they explored, because they are all one of the main characters' names is Icarus, and they got Athena, they're from they live Olympus. They're
the Greek gods.
They're the Greek gods. They could have showed a whole episode of them just being the Greek gods.
That would be tough.
That'd be fucking so sick.
That would be very cool.
And then you could show all the things that they try to just exposit and just tell you. You could show them watching they had to tell you.
One of the first lines of the movie. Is that the word? Exposition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First line, one of the first few lines is so why didn't you guys help when Thanos was here? It's oh, we didn't help because of this. That's literally what happens. You know how fucking boring that is? Show, don't tell.
And it is something we all been thinking since they announced it. Like, you got people who are been here on Earth for eternity, and y'all wasn't there when they killed off half the population?
Excuse me. Excuse me. So, and they do address it, but you could have taken basically half of an episode just showing them watching the world get snapped away and then be like...
We gotta do something.
Or then be like, there's nothing we can do. We're not told to do this. This is not our purpose. And it makes sense. The reasoning makes sense, but it's just like they could have showed it, not told it, you know?
I mean, on another topic, in Marvel, though, do you have a favorite Marvel movie?
Favorite?
Obviously, Eternals isn't, so...
No, it's not. It's not even close. Probably my least favorite.
Oh, damn.
Maybe, no, right behind Captain Marvel.
Ooh, I didn't even waste my time with that one.
I hate that movie,
It was
bro.
terrible, too.
Oh, she's terrible. She's a bad actress.
Ooh.
Bad.
He's coming at her.
Nah, I'm going directly at her because everyone around her did fine. I'm telling you.
Damn.
And she had a golden opportunity to be a woman superhero that people could look up to, and I think she threw the bag. And I think the director threw the bag as well. Whoever was in charge of that character made her the character that I hate.
And she also has, like, this whole, like, plot hole within her. She's, like, so powerful to the point where she can kill Thanos at any moment kind of thing. But she only pulls up last minute. Like,
and then
like,
doesn't even do the job.
Doesn't do the job. Like, what the fuck is going on with the writing department? I don't know.
Yeah, it was it was necessary to have a woman superhero, and I love the other, like, Black Widow was awesome. I love Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow's hard. I didn't watch the movie though.
Yeah, but she is hard. But you know, like, we all respect Scarlett Johansson.
For a woman with no superpowers, mind you, she gets the job done.
Yeah, you don't need the superpowers. You don't need to be. And the Captain Marvel was just like, she's snarky. She's just snarky, bitch. It was annoying to watch. I did not like her. But my favorite watching it the first time was Doctor Strange, because the fucking world
visuals,
was like
visuals
turning, and the visuals was cool. That was my favorite to watch the first time. The one I watched the most is probably Thor Ragnarok.
That's a good one.
It was funny, so I liked that one. Or Ant-Man. Ant-Man's cool.
So, also, we're strictly talking about, like, MCU. Can we just say Marvel movies in general?
Yeah, Marvel movies in general.
Marvel movies in general. Those are your top, like.
Those are my favorite, and, like, you know, like, including, like, some of the old, like, Hulks or whatever, or anything.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, or even, like, just other, like, Spider-Mans from back in the day.
That's facts.
Yeah, I'm good on all those. I think we've hit a point in technology where everything looks much better now. And I think it's all passable.
With the grain of salt, it's passable. But, like, I remember watching Black Panther, and the last scene where they're fighting, that looked garbage. That looked terrible, bro.
Did you like the Black Panther, the movie?
Black Panther was good the first time watching. After, like, taking a step back and,
I don't
like,
rewatch
not
it.
being in the center of all the hype surrounding it, it's a decent, mediocre movie.
I wish that. Well, Chadwick Boseman, first of all, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
That's a fucking shame.
He played his part very well.
He's my favorite
especially
actor.
In Civil War.
Really? He's my favorite actor, by far.
What's your favorite role?
You know what's funny? No one really knows this movie. Marshall.
That sounds so familiar.
He played Thurgood Marshall in a movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Talk about a fucking... He played James Brown.
James Brown. That's
Thurgood
the movie
Marshall.
I gotta watch.
He played... What's his name? Who's the other? Jackie Robinson in the Black Panther. That's like
the Mount Rushmore
of black people.
Like a very solid list of black people.
That is like as good as it gets, I feel like. Those are like the four guys in four different like areas. There's music, sports, like law, which is Thurgood Marshall, and then just fantasy.
Fantasy.
I think he's the guy. He was my favorite.
He did it right.
That was a shit. That was a shame when he passed. That was a terrible shame.
He gives me Jamie Foxx vibes. He does. Bit. Jamie Foxx, he's just like on the path to do a Mike Tyson movie. I don't know if that's still happening.
I think it is.
He got pretty jacked, I seen. Yeah. And he's like also in the Spider-Man, but he played why am I blanking on his name? Pianist, man. Why am I blanking on his blind pianist?
I don't want to say the wrong name.
I don't want to say it either.
Something James.
Charles, that's a lie.
Oh, wait,
James
Ray
Charles.
Ray Charles.
James Charles.
Yeah. No. All right, so he played James Charles.
Yes.
Obviously.
His makeup tutorials and everything.
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx did a great job.
Jamie Foxx depicted it perfectly. With the perfect amount of emotion, and he was like, "Hey, sisters." Yo, I got caught lacking once. Bad.
How?
With James Charles.
You was watching them on your own?
No. Worse. This is much like Andy. This is the most embarrassing. I think I've told this once before, but it was a long time ago. This is the most embarrassing story I have of myself personally. I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I just keep going. Like, you know, I'm just flying at this point. I was just about to get out the app. I was so close to evading this moment. And then I scroll, and it was a big scroll, and I see a bad looking girl. She was bad, and she flies right by my screen, and I brought her back. So I went back, I brought her back, I click on her, and I was like, damn, and then I thought in my head, like, I had like a good probably 5 seconds looking at this picture thinking this was a good looking female. It was James Charles dressed up as a woman. And like,
damn.
I went up the app, I threw my phone and just sat there so disappointed in myself.
Ooh.
I had to call somebody and tell them. I was like, listen.
Okay.
I called my buddy Andrew. I was like, Andrew, bro, I can't believe what just happened. He was like, what? I was like, I got caught lacking. And it was bad.
I thought you got caught in like 4K. Somebody else caught you in the act. That would have been...
That's over.
Like,
if I
you need therapy.
What if I looked at it and I was like, look at this girl?
Yeah.
Like, that's over. That's over.
Ooh.
Your friends got you dead.
Have you ever been caught lacking in middle school? My friends would throw around pictures of this kid, Timmy Thick. This is bad, bro. Like, in reality, this was a young man our age, probably, or like a little older in middle school, and it seemed to be a girl posting like very hot pictures and stuff. I can't even say that because it was Timmy Thick. Timmy, like, dude, you scroll up and you see his head, and then you get caught just like that. It was bad, bro.
Yeah, you get jammed up.
So bad.
There's nothing you can do about it, I feel like, because in the end, like, you know, once you realize, like, it all kicks in, your brain, you know, but until you realize, like, how are you going to know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just good until it's bad.
Until it is just terrible. I mean, honestly, good for them. You know, they're pulling it off.
Hey, James Charles will find guys that way. Doing that. For sure.
For sure.
That can block it out mentally, you know? Your boy, on the other hand, once I saw it, I almost puked. I was
damn.
Like, not because
you gotta self-reflect after that. Like,
I did.
Yeah, you have to really you have to be after personalities these days, man. You get caught up.
Yeah, entirely. Mm-hmm. Entirely. You have to be entirely. Andy, entirely. Because that was fucking terrifying. Just knowing that that's even possible, too. Like, to look like
so that. It's like, in a way, it's deceptive, but, like, if that's the standard of beauty, then they are achieving a great goal. You know what I'm saying?
It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
applaud.
Good job,
to
James.
all y'all who's pulling it off.
Yeah, you're pulling it off. You're doing it right.
Definitely catch some more people lacking, not us though.
Yeah, and
study the ways.
People can do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. You know, I would prefer that everyone did exactly what they wanted to do if it didn't impede on other people's wants and needs. I'd be very happy if everyone could just be more free in that sense. Just not on my Twitter timeline, please.
Oh, yeah. The algorithm is so great until they hit you with one of those seeds. They're just trying to get your ass.
It's like like everyone feels like they got an FBI agent looking at them through their phone. My FBI agent was like, shit. Like, you got caught up. Eating like, popcorn. Hey, that's fucked. He's like, and he liked it? That's weird.
Oh, my God.
I would never like that tweet. I couldn't. I actually almost did to save it, but then I realized it would pop up on other people's timelines.
It was that great?
It was that funny.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because I was going to be like, wow, like, I need to be able to show people what I saw.
Yes, but without giving them context, too.
Yeah, because if I showed somebody, people, I guarantee you, people would be like, wow, she's pretty good looking. I guarantee
all
you
my
that.
friends used to pull that. They would have like a picture of a girl that looks super hot and whatever, but then like obviously turns out to be somebody
Timmy Thick.
Somebody who was not a girl, so
it would not be a girl. So where did you go to high school? Where'd you live?
Waltham High.
Waltham. All right. So what were you like? What was your high school experience like, Andy?
High school experience, yo. I would say like going into high school that like because during middle school I had like a close circle of friends, and then going into high school I started playing football. I don't know about you, like play basketball, right?
Basketball, yes.
Started playing football, and we had a huge freshman football team, so it's like we all got super close within our grade with all like the guys in my grade, so it's like that bond, going through the rest of high school. Got a cool group of friends, you know what I'm saying? So that like just made the experience fun as hell.
Yeah, I miss the people. Yeah.
I'm sure like most of the kids in my school were like the same as well. It's like we did not really have like a cliquey environment. Maybe like some of the upperclassmen, but it was like you go into school and you can have a cool conversation with anybody you want, which is how it should be. And so I liked football, obviously. It was a great time. And then there's like certain classes obviously that I was like really in depth with that I liked. I ended up taking a chef's class for like 3 years.
A chef's class?
It was like it's kind of like home ec.
Did you learn to cook Haitian food?
Nope. Unfortunately, they don't have the spices and
that's kind of fucked, dude.
For that, bro.
That's fucked.
That would have been crazy though. Like that.
If you came home and you were able to cook, your mom would be so proud.
Yeah. Then I took a TV class. TV class is basically like a film recording and like directing, video editing.
So how am I doing?
You are doing better than a majority of the things we've done. Honestly, though, we did a lot, bro.
Appreciate it.
But when you're doing this independent, you got all these. He's got the tripod on right now.
Yeah,
you guys are watching through the tripod.
Yeah, you're on a tripod. Right?
He's got the mics, the arms. He's got lighting behind. This is not easy, people.
It's not that easy.
When you're not getting funded by a school with bread, it's like very impressive.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. So, you took a bunch of like cool classes. It sounds like
they're fun, bro. They're pretty fun.
I didn't take any cool classes. Like all my shit was boring. The only thing that was exciting throughout my whole day was basketball for sure, and my friends too. Like lunchtime's always good.
Student athlete right there.
Yeah, I was a true tried and true. Especially once I got to like senior year, our practices would be a little later. Like I was on varsity, and practices would be a little later. And I was living, breathing basketball at the time.
Damn.
I still love basketball. I feel like I could be a coach one day. But I was living, breathing it. I'd get out of school. Wake up at 6, go to school. And then be at school till whatever, 2:15 comes around. Freshman practice at 3, I'd go to the freshman practice. And then JV would start around like 4 on the other side of the gym. We had like a gym with 2 courts.
Yeah,
go to the JV practice. And then our practice, I'd go to that practice, and I'd stay an extra hour, and then I'd go home and eat at 7, do homework. And it was just like, day was so jammed.
Yeah.
It was just like school, and then basically a school day's worth of hoop. But I loved it.
I can't fathom the fact that the level of productivity I had and obviously you had. I don't know if it compares to now probably, but it does not compare when you're in college, bro.
Not even close.
Not at all.
It's not even the same.
Unless you're working on the side, of course you're gonna be putting in a lot of hours where you need to be attentive and grinding your ass off. But right now, man, the level of productivity is different.
I feel good. These make me feel better, by the way.
Oh, of course. Tainted life right now.
I wonder how I look in these, actually.
Just wait till you start editing this video.
When I start editing,
is hard right now.
I'm going to be like, wow. Andy hooked it up right now with with these shades. You pulled up with these shades. That's a pimp move.
I've seen a lot of people come here barefaced, mind you. We're not doing that. What episode is this? What number? You remember?
48. This will be 48.
Episode 48. First 48, baby.
First 48. First 50 could be something one day if it gets to 150. Ooh. You know? Because then you're like, yeah, I was pretty early. I was in the first third. And then it gets to 200, 250. You're like, yeah, I was pretty early. Imagine 250 something.
250,
episodes.
and then like you just see the evolution. I saw the evolution in the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
now you're up in here.
You can see.
It's evolved. People.
You can see it gets
exponential
better.
Growth.
Yeah.
Exponential.
I remember in the beginning, I had a different camera. Literally everything, pretty much the mics have been the same. These mics, at least, have been the same. But I added these. I added the arms. A friend bought me this. Someone that was on the podcast bought me this. It's a fake Gandhi quote. Well, it's real. Not Gandhi.
It is real.
Gandhi said that.
He did say this before he
on
passed.
his deathbed, actually.
Yeah.
And because he was in this trap house when he died, right?
You know, he really did, though. I'm pretty sure he got this quote from this experience. He used to have a lot of women sleep with him.
He did.
And that was his practice, so he can tempt himself, but overcome the temptation with all these women. So obviously, this is where the quote comes from.
Do you think he was like just the biggest player?
Dude, I heard there's some like sexual assault allegations from this dude. Some like real raunchy shit was going on with Gandhi.
Hey, I guess you can't be everyone's hero.
That's
what I always say. Like, you know Pacquiao.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
Manny Pacquiao.
What did he do, bro?
I
know he did something stupid.
So first let me just say what he means to some people. Manny Pacquiao is the little Filipino that was at one point probably the most feared man in his weight class in the world. He made Filipino and Asian people in general feel like how they felt with Bruce Lee. Like they could be something. They could be powerful. They're more than just math.
Or, basketball. I heard there's a lot of Filipino Kobe fans.
There are a lot of Filipino Kobe fans. Why do you say that?
I don't know why.
Why do you know that?
I remember I was huge into shoes. I should have told you that. Like, huge into shoes. And there's a pair of Kobe 8s, Filipinos.
And they're
pretty tough. Of course they love them.
Actually.
But there's obviously history with the shoe. And the history with the Kobe fan base in the Philippines.
Yeah, they do. They have a bond. He brought the game international for sure. He did it very. But
R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah, shame. But then so Pacquiao, he is the phoenix that rose from the ashes of the Philippines. He is an incredible, incredible human in that sense. So he is their hero. Let's not try to make him everyone's hero here. And this was my problem. Obviously, he said some homophobic comments.
I knew it. I knew it was this. I remember hearing about this.
And I was like,
I knew it was bad because he's a man of God. That's his backbone, and that was his excuse, basically. Not really excuse. That's the basis of his argument. And dude, I mean, really, in the Philippines though, like even I don't know, do they have a president? The Filipino president, whoever runs that country, man. They have a very like religious point of view in a lot of the ways they function, operate, and some of it, it's like. I'm not gonna come at their necks, but it can be kind of like destructive and limiting.
Exclusive.
Little limiting, man.
Yeah. So when he says something like that, obviously I'm like, fuck. Now people are gonna be upset with Manny Pacquiao, and obviously gay people will be upset because he's coming at their necks. So, but I was thinking in my head like, why is someone asking him this? Like, get away. Like, even if that's the way he thinks, like we gotta he is like. Some people idolize him. Yeah. He gives them a face. He gives the Philippines a face, like a warrior.
He put them on the map. Not like, obviously, y'all, like, the Philippines had their people.
But, like, he's the guy, right? He was the guy for them, at least, And they just made him, like, seem like a bad person. I'm like, listen, he's done so much in that sense. Just leave him there. Just don't bring him into other worlds. Don't ask him about, like, climate change. Don't ask him about gay people. You're asking the wrong guy.
You're asking a very traditional, conservative Filipino man.
And I think they knew that.
Yeah.
Whoever was asking him these questions.
They dragged him into it,
I think that they dragged him into it, knowing that that they were gonna get the answer they wanted.
Possibly. I mean, I'm sure if you ask like any other Filipino of his like probably generation, his culture, say the same thing. I'm not trying to assume anything for any Filipino person watching. Okay, I'm sure you can disagree with me, but just know this is based off of my opinion.
Yeah, that's all you got is your opinion, really. And like the thing that people gotta realize is like everyone's opinion is held as strongly as yours is. So. in your mind, like in everyone's mind, like their opinions kind of become like their facts.
Their facts.
It's their belief, So you kind of need to just accept that if you're disagreeing with someone, that's also their fact and their belief.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it doesn't mean neither. They can both be true at the same time.
Agree to disagree.
No one likes that sentence, though.
Because nobody can come to the middle ground.
We're back to the middle ground.
Back to the middle ground, bro.
Good job. Had to circle back. But you need to meet. You need to meet in the middle. Everybody does. Politics, meet in the middle. Everything needs to meet in the middle. If you
even like in your daily life, you'll find yourself always trying to balance things out. Like especially like with your mental health, physical health, anything that's like you don't want to be surrounded with negativity, even if it comes to you like against your own will. That's what we try to fight all the time. But yet people just love fueling the fire of like getting this like just tribal warfare going on.
It's terrible.
It's nuts, yo.
And like you gotta surround yourself with good people and things. Like you are your surroundings entirely.
100%. There is like gotta be a science to it. Like y'all cannot like, I don't know the word, limit the fact that like all these things that happen in your life do like have a reflection of what you want the outcome to be. Like all right, this was a question that was going to be on the list. What do you think about all these people, like rappers, let's say? Like, what is wrong with hip-hop where all these people die young, they get in all these cases and shit? So, like, what do you think about like people who recently died, like Young Dolph, like those situations?
First of all, extremely sad that Young Dolph died because he was kind of like he's nothing like Nipsey Hussle. I'm not gonna say that because Nipsey Hussle was like so much older, he had so much more time. But like in that sense of he'd actually give back to the community. And the community actually loved this guy.
And he is somebody you could look up to as like an independent artist doing this shit. Even if you listen to his music, it's not. He has his own like lane. I feel like
it's different. It's Memphis.
It's like he is like rapping about some shit like you can get motivated to. He's talking about getting money. It's not about most of the time like I'm gonna go rob and like go shoot some shit. Like
it's like
let me get this bag. Like his music is bag chasing music. It's great.
Which is good in the gym, by the way. Good bag chasing music in the gym. But yeah, and that's so sad. First of all, that everybody like him, Juice WRLD, X, Pop Smoke, everybody. I wish I knew Mac Miller. Everybody.
I was about to say that too.
Mac Miller, fucking rest in peace. That's a shame. But I actually have two things to say about this. One, it's sad, and I think why it's happening is because you're just chasing it. Whatever it is, once you're on a track, you're chasing it. So in that sense, drugs. If you get high, you hit a certain high, you're forever chasing it. Some people can limit and they get to a point where they're like, okay, I'm good. And then they continually reach that point. Some people can't do that, and they just keep wanting chasing more.
That's how drugs work.
Chasing the dragon. Same thing, I think, with other things, though. I think that can be applied to more things. So, like, if you're in, like, that life, if you're in, like Pop Smoke, if you're in that life,
a lot of people were in, like, the trenches.
People want you gone. And you kind of forget to vet your circle and vet who you have around you once you get so big. Because again, what was he, 20?
Yeah,
was he 20?
Like, I'm older than Pop Smoke right now. He was 20 years old, bro?
I think he was 20.
2021. Regardless, like a man that is like around our age who is really on top of the world, bro.
It's so hard.
Had his downfall from people who were just jealous, like can't like grind on their own.
Yeah.
That was another thing. I was watching these video off like a hip hop YouTube channel. They were explaining 3 situations with hip-hop artists, rappers, who died because they were killed by somebody super close in their circle, like friends, basically. Like, we're talking Lil Snoop, Big L.
Lil Snoop, Lil Snoop.
Dude, I forgot about him, bro. Like, R.I.P.
Yeah,
and then
right.
Big L, like, he had such a promising, like, career. And Bankroll Fresh, that situation is so stupid. R.I.P. Bankroll Fresh, if you know him. He was, like, an Atlanta rapper.
Yeah.
But, like, 3 situations where it's not even like they got to the stage of blowing up crazy. they're on the cusp of becoming something huge.
Yeah.
And then like some stupid happened between them and the person they're around, and that person decided to end their life.
It's insane. And like I don't know where this jealousy really is rooted from, but I guess it is like. But I feel like if you're at such a young age and you're on such a high ride and you're moving so fast, you forget to like you might have to leave some people behind.
For sure.
Because you got to know who's good for you, you know. And I feel like in the end, like if they will kill you, they weren't good for you in the first place.
Bro, that's culture some of them come around where like just violence is an answer and shit. But I remember Lil Snoop, the situation was it was like over payments and like bets or like money owed they're doing, I think based off a video game. This dude Lil Snoop owed some money and his homeboy shot and killed him over an altercation. Like Lil Snoop, bro. Young dude. I think he was like 18, 19.
Yeah, he was. He was like,
that's
nuts. I remember that. I remember that one. Or I at least remember hearing about it like recently again. It got brought back up because I think it was like anniversary, like for, not an anniversary. That's kind of a bad way to put it. But it was like the day of, you know. But, yeah, I actually had a thought. I had a movie idea, Andy.
Ooh, give me
and it was, and it's to do with this.
Really?
Yeah, it kinda. And this would be a role in the movie. That this type of like theme would be a role in the movie. So this is the idea. When you go to sleep, all you remember is like some dreams, and then really they're just kind of snapshots, right? So what the fuck's going on when you dream? When you're sleeping, really?
Subconscious, man.
8 hours.
Just rolling.
Maybe, or maybe your memory is wiped every night of an entire other life that you're living, really. Or something like that, right? So here's the idea. Here's the concept. You go to sleep, and as you go to sleep, you basically, the camera, I had this whole visual in my head. This is why I had the dream. This is why I had the idea. You fall into your pillow, and as you do that, like you hit it, and you
teleport,
and you go through it, and you're like, and you're in like basically like a space void, and some sentient god-like being comes up to you and is like, do you want to live tomorrow? And you have to contemplate with him, and you talk it out, and you say, yeah, I want to live tomorrow. That's usually what happens. People are like, yeah, I want to move on to the next day. Because the idea would be, if you choose to die, then that next day you will die, and you will be able to live throughout your memories. You have the free will to go back and live through all the memories you've created. But you die. You don't get to live anymore. You don't get to have any more experiences. And if you don't choose to die, but you do anyway, accidentally, then you live in like a purgatory. Like
the
it's
void that you're in currently, or different?
No, you're a ghost. You live in time, but you don't get to go see your past, and you just gotta get to watch all the people you love
in between realms.
Pass. You get to just kind of, you have to just be a being that can't interact. You just watch. And so that's the deal. That's the conflict you have to deal with, you know? So that's my excuse would be, like, as a reason, not excuse, but like a plot device to help me, like, be like, oh, this is why, like, why, and then every night you'd be explained, well, why do you think all these famous people die young?
Ooh,
They've already had amazing experiences.
To live them back.
And they want to live them before, you know, so that they just choose to die the next day. And they do live in their experiences.
Wow.
That's why it seems so random.
That is a very thought-provoking theme, and just like...
And every night it's wiped. So
nice.
My thing would be, there would be a guy that doesn't get it wiped, that wakes up the next day, and every time he's like trying to tell people, like, this is what happens, and they just won't listen to him.
It's almost like a Groundhog Day, but a huge different twist. We got like Groundhog Day with like a superstar, basically.
Yeah. It's
with the, like... It's almost like a spiritual element.
Yeah, it's
here.
like it's got some things
like
to it.
that.
That was my movie idea I had recently.
You write it down?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I got everything written down.
You write shit down, just like...
Do you got a notes section,
like
Andy?
A notes section? On my phone, I use notes, but I think I have a physical journal. I should start journaling more. That's some real deal shit right there.
Do you journal every day?
No, not even close. I haven't touched that shit in like a year almost.
Get back in there.
Exactly.
You
practice it? You be journaling?
I be journaling, but probably, honestly, I wasn't thinking about it, but, like, I guess more than you. Because every once in a while, but it's not even, like, things like my day, really. It's just, I just write down. I just start writing. Like, and I write down, if journaling counts as writing down your ideas, every day.
every day. That is a practice we should all be doing. I remember saying this beginning of the year. I should probably write down all the good ideas I have because one out of those ideas will probably be something you can come to fruition. Like, do whatever you want to do to it. Like, it can come to real life.
My notes section is the most ridiculous compilation of nonsense.
Spitball and shit.
Ever. And one of the ideas in my notes is actually something like that. It would be an idea called crowdsource. Right?
That sounds like it's used already. You sure you're not gonna get like?
It's a word. It's a word.
Okay.
It's a word, but it would be called crowdsource. So what it is it's a notes section. It's like a notes thing in your phone, a notes app, but everything you want can be submitted to scientists.
I like that. And they can pick and choose. Cause scientists, where are y'all getting the inspiration to do some of the crazy shit y'all be doing? I saw some. It was, I think, Japanese scientists recently were able to make either food out of human feces. It was some stupid shit.
Where the fuck did you see this?
Where y'all getting the funding for this shit?
Where did you see this?
I saw, of course, it was on Instagram. It was something wild, bro. But regardless, I want to give you an idea, and we can, throw a GoFundMe out there.
Yeah.
This idea is great, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I just send this idea
to the scientists, so they stop doing shit for no reason.
Yeah, and then you could send it out, and then you could go through a list of everyone's ideas. It's basically like a Twitter type page.
Like
you go through, and you can upvote. Yeah, you upvote people's ideas. You're like, oh, that's fire, and you upvote it. You can go to the most popular, newest, all this stuff, and you can just have all these ideas. Everyone's got them, and they're all just being funneled into science because they run out of shit to think about. They're like, what do people want right now? What do people need?
Do you want to pursue this? We can get this shit popping, bro. I'm telling you, we're in the land of opportunity. United States of fucking America, people.
Yeah. You have pride in your nation?
I mean, I feel like I gotta be scared to say yeah.
Isn't even that though terrible?
It's that's the land we're in right now. Bro, I mean, honestly, really be thankful for everything you got. There are countries who don't have an ounce of what you have. And people are afraid to say that they're proud to be where they are. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, I really do. Asking that question is hard.
It's hard.
It's a hard question to ask because it's hard to ask that out of somebody to say yes. Because if someone says yes, it's bad.
It's bad. It's not. It's there's the connotation negatively to being patriotic a little bit or just being proud from where you're from. Specifically in America is racist.
That's crazy.
Big picture, y'all really I think about a big picture all times, especially where my family's from. You gotta be very thankful for where you are.
Yeah, exactly. Especially knowing that, I know my grandfather grew up in Ireland, didn't have much, if anything, when he got here, especially, and then just builds it up, and now I'm just so blessed.
Yeah.
Where did you get the mindset to because you definitely think, you think kind of how I was saying, one of my friends, Andrew, I think this way, my friend Nathan thinks this way, you do. Some people just feel they have a constant, at least as constant as I've ever seen, awareness of how blessed they are and how, amazing life is. And just being able to take things big picture, because not a lot of people can. So where'd you get that?
There's a history to that. When you're Christian, you gotta sit down, pray to God, and be thankful. That's what I did. I was give thanks and shit. But me phasing out of being religious, I have to figure out, this is what I've been doing recently, trying to practice being thankful more often, because it's so much different when you actually speak into words what you're thankful for out loud, compared to when you're just something good happens to you, and that's when you want to feel gratitude. You should be thankful at all times when you're freaking alive and breathing at this point.
For sure. If you can be thankful in your darkest days, you got it figured out, I feel because you can always just and that's the thing with, I see some people, when people get really excited about something that's okay, that's something that's a good thing that happened, I'm and I see very a lot of excitement about it, I'm let's not let that swing the other way when something not that bad happens.
Yeah, it's the end of the world.
So I feel and I don't want to tear people down either. I don't like those people. I don't want, but it's just if you're gonna be this excited about something, it makes me feel you'd be this negative about something, and on the other side, it is everything. Swing goes both ways. So I just wonder, really, are you doing yourself a favor by getting so excited? So that's why guys like you're very much just like a line.
I mean, obviously we all have our own battles with that topic specifically. That's why I'm like trying to practice being more thankful for sure. Because even like last year, like everybody had a terrible year for the most part. I would say there's a lot of things I should be thankful for during that year, especially this year too. There's a lot of things I'm grateful for. So I'm trying to practice being grateful at all times.
It's kind of like a religion in a way.
A little bit. I mean, religion is it shouldn't be a rule to be reflecting and observing and thankful for what you got and what's going on around you. It just doesn't happen out the blue that some good can happen. So when it does, obviously be grateful, but for where you are now at all times, big picture shit, the lineage, the levels of the steps it took for you to get to where you are, the sacrifices your family made, your parents made, yourself, little things you do on the day to day, bro. And definitely counts up.
Yeah, look where you, and especially if you're not everyone's a good person out there, but let's just say I feel like I've done a good job so far in trying to be on the right track and be where I'm at right now, and I put myself in a good position to have a lot of opportunity in front of me, and it'd be a disservice to all the work I've put in to throw it away or to be sad about nothing, you know what I mean? And some people can't control that, mental illness, you get depressed, and so I understand that, but in general, if you're not in a depressive state or have a mental problem, whatever, then you should really look back on all the work you've put in. Every conversation I've ever had, I feel, has gone pleasant in my life for the most part.
That's good.
I've had some arguments, obviously, like everybody, but generally I feel like I've been building up a repertoire of just good conversations and meeting good people and doing the right thing whenever I feel like I can and trying to make as little mistakes as possible. And it would be a shame if I started throwing that away right now.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. What I'm trying to figure out personally, I feel like maybe you could relate. Is failure a fear for you? I feel like even with all the things, I'm building myself to be trying to set my future up, the fear of failure and losing just anything out of it, all the things I built myself to make this life better, is that shit is daunting.
That's what holds me back.
When you do all these things, the potential of failure is it's because that's what you're limiting. But it's just the world reflects sometimes what you think, and so when you see all these things going on, you can see things going on with within your family, your friends, and that can be reflective of you don't want to become that sometimes. So it's hard.
It is. You gotta really recognize everything that's happening and be able to filter out all right, let me take that, but let me leave that. Your parents, especially. I feel like I noticed that with a lot of my parents. My parents are amazing. I am so lucky to have the parents I have. They're so good to me.
Shout out to the parents out there.
But they're not perfect. So in whatever way they have, they're older. They have different experiences, whatever. Grew up not like I did. So it's a little different, but some things I'm all right, maybe freaking out because they can't find the remote, I could leave that behind. I don't need to be that guy.
Yeah.
Let me be cool when that happens. And then everything else, I'll take all the good stuff that they got. I'll try to, and that's why I feel it's evolution kind of comes from almost. You just take on more. But yeah, the fear of failing, it is the thing that holds me back the most, but I've gotten rid of it a lot. I've done a very good job of getting rid of the fear of failing because I feel like nowadays I'm fearing not trying more than failing.
That is great.
I'd rather fail than regret. Regret fucking blows and it sticks. It true. Does not go away because you forever regret it. Fail, it happens, and then time heals it. Regret is always happening. So I'd rather regret than fear.
I applaud that.
And fail. Thank you.
That's a lesson right there.
That's a lesson for everybody.
That's a lesson for me too, dog.
Hey.
I like it.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll put it on a plaque and I'll send it to you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what I said.
Yeah, it's recorded though.
Yeah, dude, this is the best part. You know how awesome it is to have 49 conversations with people recorded? It's my pride and joy. It's like a journal.
It is. That's a good point. This is journaling right here.
This is my journal.
And you get to see all the expressions of energy that you're giving out. What's going on in your mind is all being flooded out.
Yeah, because it is very much about the guest. But I have a real problem not talking, so it ends up being half me, half the guest every time, every week through. It's sad. I wish that I could just give the floor. I struggle.
Just
severely.
Reverse the whole thing. I interview you, and it's my podcast.
Not even like you interview me. It's like I don't even. But that's the thing. Like, have I really interviewed you today?
Not at all. You've asked some very good points, like in questions, but I'm sure we shared a bunch on both of our points of view.
Like I make sure that mine, and I feel like I should just shut up. I don't know. Maybe.
No,
maybe
I
not.
think you definitely hold the anchor to like the conversation. So,
I gotta find some people that talk a lot. You
yeah.
know?
Okay. I think I told you about like having my roommate on here. I think that's very possible. After he sees this, I'm gonna show him a little bit of it, and he'll get the vibe of what's going on here.
Yeah.
This is the conversation he'll be flowing in as well.
Did you kind of know what you were coming into?
I mean, so I did watch a couple episodes trying to see what people were into here. I've noticed like people would tell stories on here. Yeah. I'm not the best storyteller. I mostly like to ask questions. I like to hear
You're very
answers.
thought-provoking.
I like to hear that, and I like to like work on it, But I mean, if you want story times, I'm not really good at them.
Hey,
I don't really
do you
like
have any good stories, bro?
Not really, man.
Anything? Nothing at all?
What kind of like? That's the thing, though. Like, I feel like a conversation could lead to a story.
That's
if you're
how
telling
I do
funny
it.
Like shenanigans and shit. Then of course,
shenanigans.
Some tomfoolery action. You can talk about it.
I remember in high school. So speaking of shenanigans, this is the biggest shenanigans of all time. We were driving by a yard sale, and it was the end of the day. It was like the last like couple minutes, whatever, of this yard sale. People were wrapping up, and we drive by, me and some of the ball kids, and they just get out the car and walked over. Like my friends got out the car and walked over, and I was watching, and they're talking. They pick up a massive painting, and then bring it into the car. Didn't pay for it. They were like, "Yeah, you just keep it," because they were done with the yard sale. But no, they told them. Okay. They just told them to keep it. Theft. I would never discuss theft.
Yeah, not
on this
like
podcast. Not that theft has never happened.
Shit. That was another thing. I don't want to self-incriminate myself on this podcast. Not at all.
Yeah, people always are like, "Hey, what can I say? What can I say?" I'm like, "What do you want to say?"
Exactly.
You can say whatever you want. What do you want though?
Are you applying for jobs? What are you doing?
Don't,
what are you planning on doing right now?
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I'll put anything up there. I do not care. My dad's always like, "Yeah, you're making me kind of nervous. Like you just say whatever you want on this thing." I'm like, "Yep."
That's the point.
But that's how you can't be fake. No one won't make it if you're faking it. I feel like some people say you will. I don't believe that. I'd rather make it real, because then that's how like I view it too. When I told people I was going into the business world and marketing, especially like my coworkers and shit, like, "Andy, man, you gotta start faking it." Like, I feel like you're not giving me any energy here. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna freaking act like I'm in such a great mood right now. If I'm not, like, I don't want to fake a smile. It's so strange. Yeah, you can't be fake.
Friends tell me, like, if you're gonna be in like the business world, dude, you might have to start being a little fake, man. Start pretending to be friends with people. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of my face.
Yeah, you make great business with people you actually fuck with.
Yeah, I think, and that's the thing. Like, you have to find people that are like that you can match with, that you can like vibe with, and you can make some good business happen. This is good business.
This is good business right here.
This is marketing yourself.
It's true.
In a way.
Marketing you as well.
I'm a marketing major. So are you marketing as well?
I'm a marketing major as well. So
wow, look at us, dude. Look at us marketing each other.
Yeah, it's with shades on.
With shades on. Marketing these fire shades.
Dead ass.
I actually really, what's be crazy when I take them off? Ooh. And like the world will light up.
Yeah, I've been peeking a little bit, but I don't want to like.
I can see around
get freaking shell shock.
I can see around the edges, but I don't want to go too nuts. I gotta wait and see, then take it off.
Blue tint.
And then go nuts. You want to swap real quick?
We can swap.
Wow, it's a different world.
It's very bright up in here.
Go for it. Let's do this.
Green is like my favorite color.
Whoa.
Yeah,
those are
nice.
Light, but theirs are different. Wow.
Yeah,
those are darker.
These are darker for sure. The light is getting taken in differently. It's very more bright.
This is amazing. Whoa. I might need a
Wow.
Wow, bro. I might need some blue shades.
Blue tints, dog.
Blue tints are kind of the move. So where'd you get these, bro?
ASOS.com.
Really? How much were these?
We are not sponsored, y'all.
We are not sponsored.
You know
how many things I've sponsored for free on this bitch?
Oh my god.
I just love to just bring I'll just put things here, like, and I'll just be like, yeah, I love Gatorade. Just be like, I'll be like, yo, Gatorade, you're watching.
Like a press conference.
Pay me.
Shit.
I do. I just like to shout things out if it's good stuff.
I like shouting shit out. I feel like that's like another part of my characteristics. I'm definitely like influential when it comes to like, you know, shouting things out.
Yeah,
and
you like to let it be known.
A lot of people, you know, get in the loop with the things I like, for
sure. I like to do that with music a lot. Music means a lot to you.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from?
My family.
They all love music?
They all love music. I grew up with cousins who are, like, incredible singers.
Like, you're young? Oh, really?
Older cousins. They're, like, in show choir. I had cousins who were rapping, like, just trying to make it. I don't know if they did though. Just try.
Shout out, but like
no, respect the hustle. Like,
are they still going for
it? Like definitely good at it. No, they have their own career for sure. They're like doing great shit. What they got going on right now.
That's wild.
So
in the family too.
In the family, doesn't have to be music related. But like my dad is a musician. Like plays guitar. He's incredible at guitar. And within all that, me and like my cousins and brothers within our age group. Like, we just, like, love listening to music, putting each other on. We just, like, circulated music with each other. Like, till this day, you know, hit the group chat up, like, have y'all heard this?
Wow.
This is dope, whatever. And I feel like, I remember in middle school, I'd be listening to shit, like, music today that is considered obviously great. And people would question me, like, bro, this shit is garbage. Like, I remember specifically in memory, I was listening to Pusha T song, Nostalgia, with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I got roasted for listening to that.
Why?
I swear to God, because people were not on that level of music taste yet. They were still listening to dubstep. I mean, personally, I was too. I was listening to dubstep and shit. But, like, my age in, like, 7th grade, I listened to, like, Live Love ASAP. Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, granted, probably some other kids were too, but, like,
yeah.
I was definitely, like, you know, the pioneer right there.
You had moved on in music. You're a little ahead of the curve.
A little, but I've definitely slowed down for sure. Just like trying to like expand my taste.
Yeah, you have to slow down if you're gonna expand, because then you have to keep up with a lot at once. You know, like
especially
I don't.
with hip hop, dude.
Yeah, there's so much. Like I'm big on like I think alternative hip hop might have been my number one. Actually, no, probably wasn't, because I had a lot. I do listen to a lot of Drake.
An example of alternative hip hop.
Tyler.
Okay, yeah, I gotta give Tyler props, bro.
He's a beast, bro. He's so good with what he does. I think, I feel, my favorite song by him right now, makes me feel racist. It's Massa.
Oh wow, that's a good song too.
It's a great song. I just, like, how do I say, yo, like, play Massa.
Play Massa for me, dude.
People are like, wow, you're that guy.
I mean,
like, I don't mean it. It's just the name of the song. Like, I don't know what to say.
I think he will respect the fact you like that song.
I love that song. Mm-hmm. I love that song. I liked that album. His album was great. Call Me If You Get Lost probably better than Certified Lover Boy.
Oh, 100%. It 100% is better. Come on, bro.
It's close with. I'm thinking about Donda now,
though. I mean, those two albums, the level of work you can tell they put in for those two albums is so respectable. Like, Tyler, the Creator, is one of the only artists I can think of in the rap game, like commercial success, who can use songs that use live instruments and pursue different sounds and tones that aren't the same trap shit that we hear all the time. Obviously, that's not his lane, coming from, like, the Odd Future, like, Wolfgang shit, where they all try weird shit.
You know your shit, bro.
I mean, not really. I just have my own opinion from, like, the shit I, like, really try to dive into.
You know your stuff. And it's just funny hearing, like, it's very fluid the way you talk. Like, the way you talk about music, kind of the way I talk about basketball. And I know music very well, I think, but, like, it's very fluid. Like, you instantly, it's like, yeah, the Odd Future, Wolfgang. Like, you just instantly know, like, all the terms. Some people, like, you know, you don't really got it all right away.
Honestly, like, I have had, like, a recent exposure to, like the whole, we're having, like, flashbacks. Not, like, we're just going through the memory lane of Odd Future, me and my roommates and shit. Sweatshirt. So recently, like, yeah, we're talking about Earl.
He is so good.
I mean, like, I need to get into him more.
Bro.
I'm not really
when it comes to that pen.
I know he's good.
When it comes to that pen, I think he might have one of the best pens Yeah, that thing just float. I could
banging.
tell when when he's writing his songs, bro. That thing probably floating across the paper.
Wow.
It just the way like he uses sounds. It's different level.
Okay,
It's like
I think
Eminem level writing.
for Earl, it's an acquired taste
For
because like he
sure.
has like a monotone like what do you call it?
Like delivery.
Delivery.
Yeah,
Is a little monotone. It's like
It's very just.
about to cook some eggs in the kitchen with my girl and.
Vince Staples kind of like that too.
No, Vince Staples be like he's good. He definitely has
He's
some
good.
like bounce and like.
You think so?
Melody to.
I feel
shit.
like it's maybe not monotone. Maybe I'm just thinking it's like it's very nasally. Maybe that's what I'm kind of trying to get
it's
to.
that West Coast probably.
I'm trying. I think of like Big Fish or Big Bag. What's it called?
Is it like Fish? It's some
Might
kind
be
of
Big Fish. There's a fish on his album.
There's a fish. There's
And then FM or Fun, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
FM, whatever.
I only know one song off that album, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not big into
Fun.
Vince. Like, I think these are like West Coast people you're naming too. I feel like right now, are you like into like the East Coast rap shit? Like,
I'm all Atlanta right
all
now.
Atlanta.
All of Atlanta. Got all my respect right now. Atlanta runs it, in my opinion.
They do. Also, like, it's not really based on coast no more, but like, I'm like specifically mentioning like I fuck with Griselda records. Like,
Griselda.
I like them a lot. They're good.
Yeah, what's his name? Benny the
Benny
Butcher.
the Butcher.
He's probably
West
the best.
Side
I think
Gun,
he's the
like,
best of the.
I think, in my opinion, Hitler Wears Hermes Part Side B, if you've heard it, is like one of the best albums this year.
Really?
Like, off the rip, they have a track, West Side Gun, and Jay Electronica, who's one of the best freaking pen in the game,
yeah.
period.
Did you listen to, I think it's APIDTA. It's him, it's it's him and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Bro.
Nuts. The album, yeah, I listened to that one. Great album. It was good. It's fire.
That boy Jay-Z went.
Jay Electronica, bro.
Jay Electronica that was, again, one of the best verses I've ever heard.
And he has one of the best verses I've done to do.
He does.
Legit.
He's sneakily kind of putting himself back into like the mainstream.
The mainstream, dude. He had like a couple year hiatus. I don't know how long, but that was like the talk of the town when he dropped his album. Like, this dude's been gone, like in a cave or something.
He's been in a cave, like a Isaiah Rashad type vibe.
Isaiah Rashad, man.
Love his music.
Great. He's
People
got a good sound.
disrespect him because they think it's lazy. I'm like, bro, just fucking relax.
Listen, that's the point of the music. You relax to it, and it sounds so beautiful.
Why can't you just?
Yeah.
You don't gotta listen. Like, everyone's so focused on like the thing that they like. They're like, what's the lyrics saying? Why is the beat not bouncing? You know,
all about how the music makes you feel.
Like, bro, listen to what they're like. Know what they're trying to do, and then try to level with it. Are they doing that well? And he does. I think what he does is he basically just fucking puts you in a coma, better than anybody.
That's facts.
It's just so chilled out.
So
I feel more relaxed just thinking about it.
I'm thinking of like, I don't know what track it is. I think it's off the
Headshots.
Sun's
What I'm
Tyrese,
thinking
like
about.
Papa Perky. Like the feelings go away. Some shit on those lines. It's such a like terrible like thing to think about, but it bumps. She's like Papa Perky. Like the feelings go away. Something along those lines. If you listen to that, be like, yeah.
You just want to. You're just hanging out, bro. I just love that music. He's totally stoned while he's making all his music.
For sure.
And I love that. Like,
you know, I heard he had like a drinking problem.
He did.
Something he's battling.
He did.
Battles,
100%.
you know?
And he said he's back on the mend. He feels good now. He's
great.
got his friends around him. I like that.
That's
like a good comeback story.
But yeah, it could have ended terribly like any other rapper.
Oh my god. His thank God that's not the end of his story. And he had the album just came out, and he had a deluxe too. I think.
Yeah.
The house. I think it's supposed to call The House is Burning.
Homies bagged.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like
Yeah. Good stuff.
Good
yeah.
stuff,
The home.
sure.
I loved that. I love that. That's the name of it. It's not just like the deluxe. It's the homies begged edition.
Because we was begging for that.
Because the homies was begging for it. We were like, hey, can I get it?
It's part of one of his songs though, right? You got homies begged in like actual song from like the original release. I'm pretty sure. So it's like
the homies begged
came
edition.
Full circle.
It's genius stuff. He's a smart guy too. Top dog.
TDE, bro.
Those guys are nuts.
Get the respect they deserve. Kendrick coming soon.
And then that's his last TDE album.
Yeah, do this PG Lang shit.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, there's something.
No idea what's going on with that.
We don't know.
But he'll make it work. But I want to hear this new album.
Man.
Roddy Ricch coming out with an album too.
I'm not like I haven't caught up with Roddy in a minute, but I remember listening to his album on repeat, like what 2019, 2020.
Please excuse me for being antisocial.
Antisocial. I was on repeat.
Yeah, that was really good. It has a lot of good songs on it. Go back and listen to it now.
One of the better combos in the game, Roddy and DJ Mustard. Stop sleeping, y'all.
Ballin' is awesome.
Radio hits for days when they get together.
I was saying, I do. When I hear that they're both on a song, I'm like, it's money.
It's over with.
Because Mustard makes shit. It gets the best out of Roddy Ricch.
Yes.
Because he needs to kind of stretch himself, I feel like he's trying, like...
And then he hits all these freaking vocal ranges. It's like the summer essentials.
It is.
I want them to just make a album together, period.
I want them
summer
to,
essentials.
Kind of like a Savage Mode.
Savage Mode, yes.
21 Savage and Metro might be better, though. That might be a better combo.
Man, bro. I think Roddy needs to create a project where we can compare fully.
Yeah, because they need something.
What's the better combo?
Because obviously they've just had more, like Metro and
like shit like Without Warning, where it's just like I love albums like that where they just make a producer like go ape shit. Like What a Time to Be Alive. I was like mostly Metro, and I forget who else.
Metro is
maybe like
ballistic.
Fucking. I forget his name.
Is Metro the best producer?
Southside. No, Metro's been like laying low in my opinion. He did the whole fucking Savage Mode 2 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. I wasn't like a huge fan of it, but I feel like Metro, he was running the game in high school.
Yeah, Not All Heroes Wear Capes was
my
fire
God.
album.
That shit was gas.
Imagine a producer. He was really not one of the first, because obviously they all do it, but I feel like to have like a real mainstream in everyone's rotation album.
Be a superstar.
Producer in a while. Usually you have to rap to do that.
Yeah, but you know what it is? What makes them so much of a superstar? I feel like it's the catchy producer tags they have. Because you can listen to a song, but like the production is great. But once you hear that, like, hey, yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? Like, oh my God, Pierre's the best producer on earth.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear that shit, it's so catchy, and you know the beat's banging. So that's what gets their name out for sure, in my opinion.
Produced Shooter?
That's a good question.
Who did that one?
I remember watching a beat dissected, I think, of that song, bro. I forget who it is.
I love that beat.
That beat is stupid. There is a beat dissected video of that. I'm for sure positive there is. We can watch it.
I've watched some beat dissected videos in my time.
Yes.
I like those. Those are cool. But I feel like a song like that, it gets tons of respect, obviously. But I don't think people really realize just, like, that's going to be one of the songs, I think, that we show our kids.
Yeah.
Because I have my parents show me, it's very good, like, deep, I feel like, good, like, you know the Eagles?
Oh, I love the Eagles.
Yeah, my dad shows me a lot of the Eagles, and, like, you know, when you listen to Take It to the Limit or, like, Hotel California, right? I'm listening to these songs, I'm like, this is beautiful music, instruments, all this. What am I going to show my kids? Am I going to show them Playboi Carti?
I think we will, bro. It's just like our generation might have Playboi Carti like in the crib playing on a Sunday morning.
On a Sunday morning, like that might be like put on the oldies.
Yeah,
and then someone plays like New Neon by like Playboi Carti. Great song, by the way.
It is a great song.
Like I can't imagine.
Very polarizing album, I would say the least.
What did you think of it?
I had a conversation the other day about it, bro. I think it's Carti doing his best work and evolving, going in his own lane, and now he has all these people, I feel like, jumping on that wagon of the sound he's making. Personally though, you really gotta be in like a demon time energy to listen to most of that album. Majority of it. And a lot of my friends love that album, so it makes me question what kind of activities they've been doing, bro.
What kind of activities?
They love that album, and a lot of people I met love that album. It's like a cult, bro. I think the production for what they're trying to make and build up, that shit was pretty hard. Like, that's good. They did a good job, because Carti is screaming on a track. Not everybody can do that. He did pretty good. Yeah. Definitely evolved his shit. Because if you listen to, like, self-titled Playboi Carti, he's throwing around a lot of ad-libs and fucking just this repetitive lines. The beats are hard, and it is catchy, but, like, compared to what he did on Whole Lotta Red, bro, he did good for, like, evolving.
I think it is, to say anything, it's unique. That's just the way it is. And there's plenty of songs, honestly, like, I have a bunch of songs that I like though. Like Sky, I like New
For
Neon, I
sure.
like what's the other one? There's one more I really liked. I'm trying to think about right now. Fuck. Come on, DOD.
Oh, is it like the last track on the song? Album?
I honestly think it might be.
I Hate You or something. With
Yeah.
It's a good song. I know what you're talking about.
And I just like. There's a bunch of songs that I actually really enjoyed on it, but in the end, it is unique and it is cool, and I respect the lane entirely. But I think it might take another. If he does another one in this type of lane, but perfects it, I really think he got something. Because this is what happened with Self-Titled, like Playboi Carti. And then he came up with Die Lit. I think Die Lit's a much better version. I think Die Lit is real. Awesome.
Yeah, that's real.
And Playboi Carti was cool, but I think he really made it a cleaner version. Like, just sounds so slick. I think Die Lit is one of the best sounding albums in a while. It just sounds good. It just feels clean. It feels right.
All right.
Like Long Time with what's his name? Like, that's just... I'm just vibing on that song, you know?
I feel like you got, like, the music experience a person would if they're high listening to the album.
I do.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. But I do like I just don't like shit being static. I like a vibe to it. And even that can be in an exciting way, like, trying to think of someone like that is, like, exciting. Like, even Donda. I love Donda. I wouldn't say that's, like too mellow. I wouldn't say it's, like, a stoner's album, really. I'd be like... No. That shit's just beautiful.
It's definitely like cinematic, that album.
I like cinematic shit.
You can visualize that shit.
Honestly, and I think the Believe What I Say, like using, what's it called? That Thing by Lauryn Hill, that sample that he had. I can't believe that just went under the radar.
Yeah.
No one cares.
I remember, I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I remember a lot of people throwing that shit around. Like, this Believe What I Say, like, sample is stupid.
Well,
I've never seen, like, screenshots on Instagram and a bunch of shit.
So. Maybe I'm just on the wrong side of Twitter. I feel like no one cared. I feel like no one listens to that.
I know for a fact people love that song.
I love that song.
I love that song.
You gotta show me these people, because no one talks about it. No one cares. I'm like, damn. Bro, he sampled Lauryn Hill's greatest song.
You know what that perplexes me, bro? Like, Hurricane is not the best track on the album. I low-key like the OG version of Hurricane better.
Do you?
I kind of do.
I think The Weeknd murked it.
The Weeknd is a necessity.
I think he did his thing.
It's the little baby verse, bro. I don't know if it's for me.
No, I agree. People thought he snapped. I didn't.
No.
At all. I thought it was, first of all, I thought it was actually poorly mixed.
Yes. Thank you. Somebody gets it. That shit sounds very mumbled and very wishy-washy.
It was washed out.
He's like this far from the mic, and he's got like a fucking mask on in the studio. Dude has a KN95 rapping.
It did. It was, for a Kanye project, muffled-ish. And it was just, maybe they forgot the popper that day.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know. Something was off about the way that sounded. And it was also at a weird point in the song. I felt like they should have gone Weeknd, Kanye, Weeknd, Baby, because I thought having Weeknd, Baby, Weeknd, I was like, where's Kanye? I think Kanye should have either came out before the Weeknd or right after his first verse.
Because there are tracks where he does have the last verse, but it definitely is like. I don't know the word anymore. It's executed better.
Yeah.
Like
the one with
Keep My Spirit Alive. Is that the song?
Yeah, I think so. Is that the one with what's it called?
It's got Conway the Machine.
Yeah, that was really good.
He's got the last verse, and that verse is good. And it's like, it's definitely like it flows into it. Kanye, it's like, also he delays his verse coming. He's like, That's why, like, off the first listen, I was like, all right, get to the verse.
You're a little corny.
Yeah, a little corny.
But I think the reason why I Keep My Spirit Alive, they can do it in that one, is because a guy like Conway, or not Conway, West Side Gun. Like, when he comes into the song, it's not, hearing him come into the song isn't what gets you hype. It's the fucking lyrics and what he's saying. With Lil Baby, a lot of the hype is right as he hits in.
Yeah.
The way he comes in is better than 95% of other rappers. Mm-hmm. So when he just kind of comes in, like, with no excitement, it ruins basically the entire rest of the verse. Because think about Pride is the Devil.
I was just about to bring that shit up. Hard. That was the smoothest transition of the past generation, probably.
I think J. Cole made it the smoothest transition ever. Yeah,
he came in with the freaking off the backboard assist.
Yeah, that was a money assist. Money, entire system there was amazing. That was beautiful. Everyone knew what they were doing. Or even like Wants and Needs comes in. Like
Wants and Needs, I might not know that.
You know that song? Drake. Say, Sins.
Okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about.
That song? He comes in hard on that one. And then I think of one more. It was a Nav song. I don't like Nav, but it was a Nav song. Nav does his verse, and literally, Lil Baby starts his verse off. All you hear is this. And he goes, I gave a round of applause to myself.
That is hard.
That's hard.
That is hard as fuck.
It's as hard as it gets.
I mean, okay, we're listening all these Baby features. Of course, they're hard as fuck. I can't lie, and like I've been in very heated debates about this shit. I'm not the biggest Lil Baby fan.
I'm a big Lil Baby fan. I'm not big. I'm a fan of Lil Baby, but I do think that I need to see a full great project out of him before I can just I think Gunna's better.
Gunna, I have a love-hate relationship with Gunna, bro.
He slides.
He definitely slides.
I don't think anybody slides better.
He's one of the better melodic dudes when it comes to just flowing on the beat, bro. That's a good visual.
It is.
Ice on neck,
homie, he's skating. Yes. He is just put him on ice skates and just push him down the beat. Literally. And he will glide on that thing. Like I don't think anybody else.
And shit
he can. He's like a beautiful figure skater.
Yes, exactly.
But he's fat, so it's a little weird.
With tight ass jeans and Mary jackets.
Always tight.
This dude's goofy
jeans.
As fuck.
He looks weird. He looks top heavy.
He is very top heavy.
But I think he's got better projects. I think Drip or Drown 2, and I think Drip Season 3 Drip Season 3 is money. That's the best of both artists.
Yeah.
And then I think Drip or Drown 2 is better than anything Baby's come out with.
Drip or Drown 2 is that 2019 one when he's in the pool.
He's in the pool.
Like Nirvana.
Yeah, that's like One Call.
Yeah.
With it.
I've got to say, his tone where he came in, like Drip or Drown, is the sound of that album. 100%.
It's so true.
It is so like you feel like you're drowning listening to that.
It's
shit.
Watery. A lot of
the
things that they did. Who You Fooling? You ever listen to Who You Fooling?
Oh yeah.
That song's hard. That's
the first time I listened to it,
shit.
I was like, wow, they went there. They
nuts.
Really did.
So I think project-wise, he's better, and I go off mainly your projects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what can you produce?
Can't be a feature hero.
You can't make it like that. It's not how it works.
Mm-mm.
You can be really good. You can be like people can be like excited for your feature, but in the end, you're not gonna have a long-lasting impact because you're always a Robin.
Yes, dude.
Be Batman.
Mm-mm-mm.
How good are you when you're Batman? You know, same thing in the NBA, basketball. Like, how good are you when you're the best player? How good is your team when you're the best player? You know, that's the stuff that's important. Because Lil Baby right now, I'm still waiting on a really good project.
I think he is riding a fucking crazy high right now, and he could end it with a solid album.
If he gets
one that gets my attention, that's good.
I want to hear something different. Like I want him to do something a little like a little bit of like exploration in there.
You know what's crazy? It's like he dropped one of his hardest songs in. Oh my god, what is it called?
On Me?
No.
Fuck. When was it?
During 2020 when it was the end of the world, and it was the protest anthem.
The Bigger Picture.
Bigger Picture, like that song right there proves how great of an artist he is. Like everything about it is solid as fuck.
Yeah, it's a great song.
And he came out in an interview and saying like, I'm probably not gonna pursue that anymore. I'm not gonna make any track like that ever again.
Like, that fucking sucks.
That's wild, bro. To never pursue something you have such a like promising fucking lane in. Not being like a political artist, but where you have a message at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like a message about politics. Maybe that's what he meant. Hopefully that's what he meant. Like it won't be politics driven.
Yeah.
Like maybe he can do something a little more serious, but not politics.
He uses that energy towards something that's, we get it. Like, you rich as fuck, you be flaunting, you got, like, you're great at what you do, and, some of the shit he raps about.
Yeah.
But, like, if you focus that on, like, a memory or something.
Yeah, just focus it on back in the day.
What you want to, like have.
And I don't want to be hit with the same thing I always hear. It's like, Yeah, I came from the trenches. Nah, I got bitches.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear you talk about that day. Talk about your average day when you were 13.
How did you succeed and get all this money? Talk about it in detail.
Do you know?
I need to hear the details.
You know IDK? I don't know.
Yeah.
His last album, he has a song called "Hey Auntie," and it's all his album's great, by the way.
Okay,
It's got some great songs on it. Kind of went under the radar,
Mm-hmm.
but he has a couple songs where he literally just goes through, like, well, the whole song "Hey Auntie," I think it's about him getting molested by his aunt.
Damn.
Which is crazy.
That is a crazy story
But
to put out there for the public.
He said it, he basically said it, and he like talks about basically like his life as a kid, and like he's talking about like Capri Suns, like juice boxes and shit, and he's going into details. He's like he's saying how when he was a little kid he'd get so excited just to have like a juice box in his hands, whatever.
That's facts.
But then
It's
he'd go see his auntie, and it was like weird, like how he kind of like took this innocence and broke it. And I think it kind of shows like how he was innocent and it got broken.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a beautiful message. Whether it's it's a little bit of a grotesque imagery, whatever, all that. But Lil Baby may not have that same experience, but he could do something like.
You know what I realized when you saying that? It's like making music where your lyrics are relatable. I've like never found it relatable to say like I got fucking ice on my neck or fucking.
It's not.
Like a foreign car and foreign like kicks and shit. It's not that relatable, and a lot of it is changing the culture to where people want to relate to it so bad, and it's like not really like productive.
For me, I can relate to it if I think of it metaphorically. Like, I feel successful.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's success music,
Mm-hmm.
like it's like the 2011, 10, 12 type area. I forget the name of it. It's like some type of rap. It's like a form of like rap music they call it, but it's like stuff like Fancy by Drake. It's like very like grand production, and it's like basically showing off how you're at the top type
big scale music.
like big scale. Yeah, it's like Rick Ross type stuff where he's always flexing.
Yes, dude. Like his Maybach music titled songs are they sounds like he had an opera or some shit. He's just talking mad shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's mad grandiose. Or like all of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's just so grand. The production's grand. Like
huge.
the personality's huge. It's just screaming through the lyrics and the production and everything. Makes you feel like you're on top of the world because that's 100%. Very metaphorical, But a lot of the rap, like today, it's been all like, they just say it. Like, and it's starting to get old.
It is, especially when repetitive beats kick in too. Like,
the repetitive beats when someone
people
sounds
ran out of them guitar riffs for them tracks, and now it's like let's throw in some regular trap shit again.
I wonder what's next though. Like what's coming down the pipe? Because
I don't know, man.
Things change so much. Like SoundCloud changed a lot.
Yeah. But that's the new lane now with the pop rap shit, like Juice WRLD-esque music.
Yeah.
Like
Kid Laroi.
Older Uzi songs, Kid Laroi, like that.
I love Uzi, by the way.
I fuck with Uzi for sure. I respect Uzi.
He
came to Waltham,
okay.
performed a free show.
Did
at
he?
Brandeis University.
Did he?
That was life changing.
You went?
I went.
How was it?
It was incredible.
When was this?
I was a sophomore, I think, in high school.
Wow.
That's when he had the purple or pink dreads.
Okay.
Came through, and he said, I got an unreleased track for y'all. Y'all gonna fuck with it.
Which one?
For real.
No.
That shit had the place moving, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
And he shoulder rolling. I was like, oh
so
my
that was
God.
before I think Love is Rage 2 then.
Right before, a little before it.
Love is Rage 2 was
I
awesome.
don't think I think Exo Tour Life came out like around that time. He
Exo
dropped
Tour
it on
Life was
SoundCloud,
awesome.
and that's when it was getting.
Some people think that's
huge.
like the best song of our generation.
Yeah, I was seeing that recently on a video.
I don't know how much I agree with that. I honestly like Dark Queen more. And it's on the same album.
Really? I like Neon Guts.
Neon Guts. Like you got Pharrell on that.
Yeah. His signature shit.
I love that shit.
So
when someone's got like a signature thing to him. And I'm not
his producer tag right there.
It basically is.
Yeah, fucking bar cut.
Or even like the Migos with like the triplets, like the triplet flow and like the ad-libs, obviously. Ad-libs, they pioneered that
There's
game.
signature ad-libs with Migos. You ever watch their, I think it's on Tim Westwood, where they do the freestyle? It's all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they go fucking in. Takeoff kills that shit.
Takeoff is nice.
And they got the
Offset's
ad-libs.
nice, too.
Somebody said counting up digits, and Offset's like, do. And that shit killed the track. It was so hard. Like, everything about it is nuts.
They're like one person.
Legit, like, 3-headed snake.
They're really a monster.
Nuts.
They're so good together.
Very
and I think
good.
I remember when they first kind of like popped around, people really thought Quavo was like the best one.
No. I think they've had their eras where they shine the brightest.
And I think Quavo, when they're all together, he's the most obvious one because the other two sound similar, like vocally. But I think Quavo might be the worst.
No cap. It's not really that hard of a take these days,
They had
bro.
3. They've each had an album.
Signature, like they're when they branched out, their own shit.
And they each had one, and I think Offset's was my favorite. With Father of 4. He had a song like Lick. You know Lick?
Yeah, I know that song.
Lick's fire. A couple good songs like Red Room.
Yeah, that song was good.
A bunch of good songs. And then Takeoff's album was pretty interesting.
That was personally my favorite, low key.
I could see that being people's favorite for sure. Like
'Cause
Casper, you got Vacation, you got
Uh-huh.
really good songs.
Even Bruce Wayne outro.
Yeah.
That was terrific.
And he's by himself in a lot of those songs.
100%.
And then
Quavo's
had some good songs, and I never felt like it was because of him. When there's a good song, it was because of the feature. And if that's the case, discredit. It's like CLB.
CLB right there.
If your song's good, like Knife Talk. That song's good because Project Pat and 21 Savage. Because 21 Savage is on another planet right now.
He is.
So.
I really like that track, to be honest.
Really?
That much.
Bro.
Knife Talk.
Get in the car.
Yeah, I feel you. A lot of this shit I don't listen to. Like, I gotta hit in the car.
Get in the car. I'm telling you, on your way back to the crib, get in the car. Play Knife Talk really loud. Obnoxiously loud.
Obnoxiously. You know that hurts your ears, bro.
Yeah. Fuck that. So hurt your ears now, hearing aids later. Get played obnoxiously loud. And just I missed a body catcher. Sure. Slaughter gang soul snatcher.
Booty clapper.
He did say
he was a booty clapper. Somebody else was a booty clapper.
He's like turned into a booty clapper. That's tough.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm telling you, 21 goes in, and it's like obviously Drake kind of honestly slows up the track, kind of puts the brake on it, kicks it back in the third gear, but then 21 comes back and he kicks it right back up. 21's the best.
21 features, like when you think about him on a J. Cole track, that is the most oddball like
why are they
tag
so good
team,
together?
but they are the best together. It's fucking ridiculous.
They might be the best like random duo.
Right
like,
there.
I know what's his name. Rick Ross and Drake do some good shit.
Oh, 100%. Their tracks it started with like Aston Martin Music Problem.
Yeah.
That was a banger.
That was a banger.
You got like Gold Roses, something like
Gold
that.
Roses maybe, I don't know. And
that
Money in the Grave, obviously.
Money in the Grave, beautiful.
Some great songs, really good ones. And then
work.
is Lord Knows got? Not Lord Knows. What am I thinking about? What am I thinking about right now?
Devil Is a Lie.
Devil Is a Lie. Does that got him on it?
No, that's
Devil Is a Lie is a great song. Devil Is a Lie is a great song.
Ridiculous.
And I think Rick Ross actually Rick Ross gets no respect.
No respect in the game. I think in his circle of rappers,
they adore him.
He's the godfather, but he's fucking up there. Like not up there as like one of the greats, but like for what he does it so well where you gotta respect his shit like 100%.
Are you you're a big Kanye fan?
Huge.
So Devil in a New Dress.
I could probably spit Rick Ross's verse like word for word.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say some blasphemy right now. Maybe not blasphemy. Some people. I know. Here's the thing. No, not blasphemy. You'll like this. I think. First of all, that's my favorite Kanye song.
Very
reasonable. I think that is my favorite Kanye song of all the Kanye songs, and I think that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is obviously. I think everyone thinks this is his best album, probably.
Interesting.
But I think Rick Ross's verse on that song is like a top 10 verse I've ever heard.
Period.
I
will fucking 100% agree with that. 'Cause that fucking verse, bro.
God,
for him to come.
This ice over.
Listen though, we gotta hold Mike Dean responsible for the level of fucking like incredible like.
Love Mike Dean.
artistry Rick Ross came in with, because I think the song came out for the Cruel Summer shit that Kanye was releasing like singles back to back, like leading up to like all his new releases, and Mike Dean hopped on that track and pulled up with the fucking electric guitar and just started killing that shit
what he
for
did?
the Rick Ross like portion, like the guitar solo in there.
Yeah, the
Mike
solo's
Dean,
money.
bro, y'all don't understand how important that guitar solo is for our generation.
It is, because it takes Kanye's amazing verse, on probably the best beat on the album, which is saying something. Might be his best beat.
One of his best beats.
Top 5.
Like, as a Kanye beat, just like,
and
you know,
Kanye,
the vibes
and Kanye got all the best beats
with samples and shit. That one is OD.
I think it's amazing. So, one of the best beats. And then to take that beautiful Kanye verse, amazing. Electric guitar that gets shredded.
From that white boy, Mike Dean.
And then
that guy.
And then Rick Ross grabs the mic.
Yes.
And does... Honestly, I don't smile more than when I think about that verse. That verse is incredible.
I can picture like the music video shit is just him in the back of like a fucking Rolls Royce. I bet
smoking the
like,
butt.
Not even looking camera. He's just like fucking rapping his shit. Like,
yeah, making Tupac money
twice over. Still a real nigga, Gucci sweater, dice roller. That's wild.
That's the good
You
stuff.
can't relate, but you definitely agree.
I just am like, yeah, like yes, like he's winning. And why am I so happy he's winning, bro.
That shit was fire. Also, one of the best verses on a Kanye album ever. Not Devil in New Dress, Gorgeous.
Oh.
You gotta give Gorgeous his credit, bro. Gorgeous that song is OD.
I forget what friend I had. Someone said that's their favorite. I think my friend Ryan said he's like, my favorite song on like from all of Kanye is Gorgeous.
I respect that opinion 100%.
You can
pick your favorite song out of any Kanye album from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's gotta be one of those two for sure if it's gonna be off that album.
How about Runaway?
Runaway too. I feel like that's like the top pick. Those are the big. That's the one. If you're not a Kanye fan, you know that song though for sure.
Yeah, everyone knows that song. Everybody likes that song. I feel like in the end, like
it was a radio hit.
It was. And he's incredible, bro. He's incredible. We love Kanye.
Can we talk about Yeezus for a second and how like underrated it is?
Yeah, bro. Why? Why is Blood on the Leaves not the greatest song of all time?
Like Slaves?
Why? Like Black Skinhead.
Like, y'all.
Why? Oh, is that Bound 2 as well?
Bound 2.
The fuck?
Can we give him his credit, bro?
Give him his rose.
Hold My Liquor.
With
Chief Keef, bro. Too. Like, are you fucking serious?
Put Block Bang Bang.
Yes.
On a song.
Yes. And when Chief Keef was probably fucking like 19 on that song, too. That dude's
no, he's 300.
He's 300. But
he's always 300.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, how old are you, Chief Keef? You 16? Nah, hold 300. That is nuts. That's
legendary, bro.
But yeah, dude, great album again. I think he's got the best. I think he's the best.
The best
of like all music things.
Artistry. I always say that shit. That's a debate waiting to happen when I bring that up. Like, Kanye is one of the best artists. Period.
I think he is. I think he is. I think that it's just too much. There's too much. That's good and amazing and great, and like it's also on that like creativity level. Like Drake's got a lot of great stuff, but it's not very creative.
You can tell with the artist too that they're trying to cater to the audience. Like, their inner circle is definitely like, it's gotta be full of lobbyists who want to hear something out of this artist. Kanye don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he'll just throw whatever
he's
he
in
wants
the studio.
That's going in his mind onto
He's
the
in the
track.
studio with his big, probably endless amount of bins of old music.
Oh my god,
soul music. Yeah. And he's just going through and listening to song after song after song after song after song. Oh, I found something. Let me take Pretty Young Thing. Let me take PYT. And just let me slow it down. No one knows that that's PYT, by the way.
Yes, I knew that shit from the jump. Like, if you really know.
I love Michael Jackson. I love Pretty Young Thing. I love, honestly, one of my favorite songs of all time is Human Nature. Wow. I love Human Nature. Rock With You. Love Rock With You.
PYT is
Off the Wall is a great album in general. I feel like it kind of got slept on in his discography because everyone focuses on like Thriller or whatever. But yeah, dude, it's just Kanye is probably, I think he's the best. He's just, because the first 4 albums, Like it's a whole phase for him, like the teddy bear phase plus like 808s as well. And then you got like Yeezus and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and you got like Life of Pablo. I feel like I'm missing one.
It's strange. I feel like he's one of the only artists where I can like not really pinpoint specific memories, but I know the era and the feeling of being around and living through the time of that drop. Like one of those albums.
The first, yeah. So you were in music early. I was. It took me a little longer to get like deep into music. The first album I listened to at 12 a.m., like the second it dropped, was The Life of Pablo.
That's reasonable. We was all in high school.
That was the first.
Waiting for
freshman
that.
Sophomore. I remember playing it. And is the first song "Father Stretch My Hands"?
Is it? I don't know. Should we fact check this?
I don't have my phone's recording us. Can you fact check it for us? Just do a quick fact check, because if it is, it's just like the imagery of the story is much better. Give it a little peek, see.
Ultra light beam. Yeah, we should have known that.
Yeah, we should have known. That's on us. And then where is Father Stretch My Hands?
It's the second track.
Okay. This line, can I see this for a second?
That run.
This run right here. This probably 4. That 4-song run to start off.
4-song run.
Ultralight Beam to Father Stretch My Hands specifically. That changed my life.
Famous. I watched the it was the whole.
Yeah, I think that when you have the phone near for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't
strange. Yeah, I knew the chord.
That's weird.
That's how fucking science is.
Science is weird. But yeah, that changed everything.
The title streaming of the album, but like they had the Yeezy show basically.
Yeah.
Wild, bro. I was listening to that connected to my speaker. I was just bumping.
We love
having a spiritual experience.
Yeah, it is spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to Ultralight Beam was spiritual for the first time.
It really was.
Chance the Rapper.
Father Stretch My Hands was spiritual, bro.
That is like the most grand beat I've ever. When I think of grand, like grandiose, just like there's so many sounds happening, like the.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like elevating.
I still like. This might be a hot like opinion. I feel like his verse on Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, like I can not really get over it. Like it's like almost a little bit wasted potential. I feel like bad saying that, but it's obviously a great song. But I feel like that like insane amount of like cinematic level of like production deserved like another
like a
aspect.
real
but he's
big
talking about
verse.
like fucking assholes and bleach and shit.
He did kind of throw it. He threw it a little bit, but I mean,
that's Kanye.
I think that in the end, that song, he could have put together a fire verse. Beat would have taken it over. That beat was everything. It's like it doesn't feel right. Doesn't it feel wrong calling it a beat? Like it's more than that. It's bigger than that. It ain't just
fucking. It's a encapsulation of era. It really is. It's Metro and Kanye and fucking Kid Cudi. Y'all need to give Kid Cudi his respect. Yes. That duo right there, when we're talking about rap duos, Kid Cudi and Kanye might be the best. No bullshit.
That might be.
They are on top of the game when like you think about all the hits they have, bro. Fucking incredible pieces of work too.
We love Kid Cudi. Everybody
love him.
You know what type of person you're dealing with if they love Kid Cudi. Mm-hmm. You learn a lot about someone if they like Kid Cudi. If Scott Mescudi is one of their artists, bro, Mr. Rager is probably one of my favorite songs for sure. That's the key. That's like the whole idea behind him. I feel like it's like him talking to himself, basically just walking himself down like a bad path or a good path. It's like you have to choose. Yeah. It's so
he's an artist, one of the few where you can actually analyze his lyrics, not only relate to it, but it's just like it's so like deep. Like,
yeah, he's incredible.
Like he's got like a great way of like expressing his shit too. Obviously, that's what he's known for. I feel like I'm just repeating what other people say, but like y'all really, if you really listen to it, it's like wow. This nigga is going in. Even his newer stuff. Yeah.
I'm not sure. What? Then you probably wouldn't use those exact
words. This fella's great. That's what you'll say.
This fella's doing it right now. Honestly, since people know that you subbed out fella, me saying fella just now felt dumb racist. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that is not. Nah,
because
it
just got subbed out.
It is subbed out. What are you gonna like?
What else?
He is great. You
He
can't
is
really
great,
call him
though.
anything else.
Yeah, he's amazing. Solo Dolo. Honestly,
Revo Fev, is that how you pronounce it? Revoff?
I think it's Rev.
Oh, whoa, that one.
Yeah, I think it's Revo. Actually, I don't even know.
Revoff.
That's one of those things I've always just looked at and never thought to pronounce.
It's such a strange word to pronounce, even though it's like 5 letters. But that is like one of my favorite songs off that album.
Yeah, we love some Kid Cudi, bro.
I fucking adore him. I adore him.
I adore Kid Cudi as well. Yeah. Wow. How long do you think we've been going for?
2.5.
It's been 2 hours.
2 straight.
We're on 2. So Andy, I got what I need. I got a good time, and I got a great podcast here. We got a good amount on music too. I'm happy we got to
I
music.
know. I feel like we can go in on different topics too.
Yeah.
There is a time and place for that.
There is for sure. We got Andy, you will be back, my friend.
I will.
But
be back.
how did you enjoy yourself on the DOD-Cast?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous coming in. I'm a little camera shy, but real talk, this is just a vibe. Especially you hold the conversation perfectly well. I got my points across, you got yours. We dabbled in some deep things too, which I fucking love. And then we talk about the shit we love, so that's a win, bro.
What better than talking about the things you're passionate about? Well, Andy, this was an absolute pleasure, my friend.
Pleasure,
Thank
brother.
you very much for coming, bro.
Thank you, dog.